Dharma was the theme of my class today. Yoga is an old tradition and the world keeps changing. One thing that never changes is seeking what we want to be in the world, to finding out what our purpose is in life, finding out what our gifts are and how to share them with the world. So the idea of Dharma is the duty, our responsibility of what we are going to do with our lives in the world. That was talked about in the Bhagavad Gita, one of the oldest Indian texts, thousands of years ago, but it's just as relevant back then as it is right now, which is the eternal question of what do I do with my life? Where do I fit in? How did I get here? How do I live a life of meaning and purpose? So my seminar, my class today was really, that was the topic. And then we do yoga postures around that. I think what's universal is that everybody wants to live a life of meaning and a life of purpose. Everybody wants to be happy. Everyone wants to be free from suffering. And one of the keys to living a life of happiness is to know exactly what your talent or your gift is, and then you need to share it with the world. Those two things have to be happening, right? Because if you have a talent and a gift and you don't share it with the world, it's as good as not even having one. So it's taken me many, many years to figure out what my talent is. And some people never really figure out what their talent is. But the thing that people have to remember is that everyone has a unique gift. And the talent doesn't have to be as great as like playing the piano like Mozart. The talent and the gift can be, are you a good person? Are you generous? Are you a good listener? Are you a good parent? Things in real life that people have these gifts and they don't even know that they have them because they don't think of them as gifts. And those are very important gifts to share. So the Dharma might be right in front of their eyes and they just don't realize that it's a Dharma. So the invitation is to always keep looking and searching for your heart's desire. I ended the class with a quote from Stephen Jobs, the late Stephen Jobs, who said in this commencement graduation speech, he said, if you look in the mirror every day and you ask yourself, am I in love with what I'm going to do today? And if the answer is no, too many days in a row, then it's time to change. People actually find their greatest talent and their greatest strength at the moment of their greatest suffering or their greatest moment of fear. This is when someone's talent or this realization of what their gift is usually comes precisely at a time when they're feeling the most contracted, because it makes you draw into your own strength, what you need to survive. And it's when you take everything away, the essence of your gift may very clearly make itself present to you. And that's the great thing about yoga, is to take any opportunity for expansion. Even those opportunities that feel like negative things, they can be used to actually expand and grow. And you find the good in anything. There's always a silver lining in the clouds, we say in English. Guerrilla yoga is not a type of yoga, but it's a paradigm that I created to bring yoga to everybody, even people who can't afford yoga. Yoga classes in major cities are really, really expensive. In Paris, it's like 20 or 25 euro for one class in a yoga studio. That's a lot of money for a lot of people. For one class, that's a lot of money. So I founded Guerrilla Yoga about 5 or 6 years ago, and what that is a donation-based class. So I don't have a studio. I teach yoga in all kinds of weird places, like art galleries or outside in the park, dance rehearsal halls, you name it. It can be anywhere. And I charge a donation. I ask for a minimum donation of 20 euro, but so people who have the money will pay 20 euro, and people who don't will put in whatever they can afford. It might even be a piece of fruit. you know, it's important that they donate something because there's an energetic exchange. You don't just take the yoga and give nothing. You can give fruit, you can give €5, €2, I don't care. But the thing is, we just want yoga to be accessible to everybody. Yoga studios never open up in the areas of a neighborhood where people really need it the most. You know, in English, I've run into some trouble with the name because for many it sounds like a violent name about war. In America, it doesn't really have that connotation. It comes from guerrilla warrior, but it also means thinking outside the box, roaming and roving in different places, unpredictable, unexpected. We have guerrilla art shows, guerrilla theater. It's anything that kind of pops up quickly and unexpectedly. So it has nothing to do with war, but actually just, it has a raw feeling. I don't have a beautiful studio. I don't sell beautiful clothing. It's just wherever we are. That's guerrilla yogi.